So on the Academic Search Complete webpage, I'm assuming you have already gotten this far. So in a different YouTube video, I could show you how to choose your database. However, let's just assume you know how to get to Academic Search Complete, and you can verify that you're there at the very top of the page. So let's say you're looking for nurse turnover rate. So instead of typing it all into the first search box, which you can do, but this works a little differently than a Google search. So let's just try it this way just to show you the difference. So you say nurse turnover rate in the first box. You could see the search results, you get 95. Now, since you're doing academic research, what you're going to need to do, and especially with nursing, any science like that, you're going to want to always select scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And it indicates both because some of your instructors will say scholarly, some will say peer-reviewed. So another thing you're going to want is within the last 5 years. So currently, even though it's 2017, this only shows that there's been only research published for through 2016 because it's only 7 days into January. So let's just say 2012. Here's the publication date, and here's the beginning and the end. So you could slide this cursor over, or you could just type it in like I did. Sometimes it does not repopulate if you don't type it in and press enter. You want to see it updating. So after both clicking the limitations, the scholarly peer-reviewed journals, and the publication date, which you're going to want to do for any college class or research, one of the things you want to do is indicate that you want the database to pull up full text, meaning the entire research is fully displayed on the web page. You don't have to request it from another library or anything like that. So those are the 3 limiters you want to indicate every single time you do a search. And so you're left with about 28. Now that's a fine amount to go through, but if you really want to tailor your search, your research, what's best to do is actually put the key terms into different search boxes. So nurse, and then turnover. You may not even need to put rate, but let's just say nurse turnover, and then hit search. You'll see that you went from 28 options to 411. Now, other ways that you could fine-tune your search, instead of just saying nurse, you could also look for nursing, and you could type it in this way. You could do what's called a Boolean phrase, which is a big capitals OR, and then put nursing. And if you do another search, this should increase your search results to 536. Or you could simply use an asterisk, which indicates to the database that you want to find everything that begins with NURS and any additional endings, like nurse, nurses, nursing, stuff like that. So let's do another search and see we have increased the number of results that we've gotten. So one thing that I love to do when I research, I love to use these select a field optional drop-down menus, and the reason is because I could use TI title, which is one of my favorite. It means that the term that you put in the search box will show up in the title, so it'll only provide those resources that have the term in the title. So that narrows your research down. But you actually want to do that because 600 was a lot of resources to have to look through. So let's do the same for turnover. We go from 328 to 67. And so what you'll find is it highlights or bolds the words that we searched for in the title. So the first one is the mediating effect of emotional intelligence between emotional labor, job stress, burnout, and nurses' turnover and tension. The second one, establishing and presenting hospital internal turnover of newly licensed nurses, a panel survey. And what you could do is, if you think that something sounds really good, like it's on the topic that you need, it says labor turnover. You could see it in these are the subject terms, that they've also bolded the terms that you've used in the search boxes above. Now what you could do is this magnifying glass and this piece of paper, if you hover your cursor over it, it will come up with another window that will show you the subjects, again, and the abstract. So you could get a little bit bigger picture of what this paper is about. And if you think that this is what you're interested in, that this is what will help your particular research, go ahead and click on it. And you'll have the tools over on the right. On the left, you'll have linked full text. You could also scroll down to see the abstract, the author affiliations, etc. So let's click on the linked full text. And there it is. So what you could do from there is, if you hover your cursor again, you could see on the right, upper right, download. There's also a rotate and there's a print. So if you're one of those people that you really like to read your research paper right in front of you instead of on the computer, where you have a physical in-hand document, then go ahead and print that. So all you'll have to do is, it opened up in a new tab. So you just click back onto the regular tab and you could continue your searching. Another really great resource that the EbscoHost databases have, and this is basically, EbscoHost is the search database. So it's the brand that's providing this screen of being able to search through this particular database. The database is Academic Search Complete, but the brand that's doing the search database is actually EbscoHost. Sorry, didn't want to do that. So on the right, though, you're going to want to click on the citation button. This will help you. Now, this is not going to be 100% accurate. And I repeat that it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it will help you save time. A lot of schools want you to use APA formatting, so that's why I'm going to show you that. However, there's other formats, as you could tell, and all you have to do is copy and then paste it onto your document. But what you need to do is check the citation, because it is not always going to be correct. This one looks as it is correct. Looks as if it is correct, except for the of. Now, some of your instructors may not care about that, but if you want to be very detail oriented and you want to be 100% accurate, you would need to make sure that the O in of is actually lowercase, because the word of should not be capitalized even in a journal title, which is what this is. Everything else looks correct to me. So you could just copy and paste that onto your paper and continue on. Another option that you have is, instead of looking through the title, here, let me go back to the result list where the blue link is. Now you could scroll down and look at the others, of course. Another way to change just a little bit of what you're searching for, if you didn't have enough when you were looking through the TI title, then you could also use subject terms or the AB abstract. So either of those I find are very helpful for me when I'm searching for research. So another helpful resource is to look at your search history. If you ran a search earlier and you felt that it was actually gave you better research articles than this particular search, then you could go back to search history and it'll show you we just ran 10 different searches, and it shows you all of the ones, which ones you did, and it goes first the last one that you did. The S10 is search and then number 10. And all you have to do to get back to, say we wanted to do just nurse or nursing and not NURS with all the different results after it. We could go down to S7 and then to the right we click on view results, 536. Click on that and we're back at that particular search. Now you're going to have to scroll down past the last searches you did, or just toggle this search history again, because right now the arrow is down indicating that all the searches that we've run are below. If you just click on it, then they all go back hidden in the background. So then you could look at your results again. So I hope that was helpful. I will provide other additional resources. So if you have any questions, just write me and I will create a YouTube video on how to find what you're looking for. Thank you so much.